ages, joining us in the Brian Gooding Planetarium. You are now in the space between stars. Long ago, our ancestors looked up and they connected the dots in order to tell stories that mattered to them about heroes and villains and monsters and musical instruments and kings and queens and animals and. But what we know now is that those pinpoint jewels in the nighttime sky are actually individual stars that are different distances from us. Huge numbers of stars. Our sun is a star. It's summertime, so when you go to the beach, you go outside, you might get starburn. Don't spend too much time out there. Of course, if you're going to, then you can always utilize preventative measures and slather on a little bit of Starscreen on your skin. Our sun is a star. We've known this for a long time. We learned this early in our lives, but every once in a while it's worth remembering. It does what it does in its core, and that's what makes it a star.
There are an immense number of stars. There are, visible to the naked eye, only some thousands of stars. But in the Milky Way galaxy, of which we are a part, there are some 250,000 million stars. At just this moment, spacecraft permit us to leave here and examine our surroundings in space. An enterprise which I believe is in the truest human tradition of exploration and discovery. We are at an epochal moment. I believe the time will come when most human cultures will be engaged in an activity which we might describe as a dandelion going to seed. Artifacts from Earth are spinning out into the cosmos, and human beings will never again be restricted to this one planet.
You know, much of the work that you are soaking in with your eyes has been done by somebody in the audience in the show right now. His name is Brian Gross. Brian Gross has helped immensely in putting some of these simulations together for us to be able to drink in on the planetarium dome. So let's give it up for Brian Gross. Come on. He's right back here in the very back row, right in front of the console. He's been on one or two of these shows before. And so not all stars are the same. Some stars are immense. This is an example of a red supergiant. And unlike the nice tidy cells that we see on the surface of our sun, these kinds of stars would be big and Frankenstein-like. Stars can find themselves in binary pairs, often actually. More than half of the individual single points of light in the nighttime sky are actually multiple stars, orbiting around a common center between the two of them, and taking years or even centuries to orbit around each other. But if they get close enough to one another, they can actually overlap their atmospheres, and the temperatures between the stars balance out. Those are called contact binary stars. Sometimes one star gravitationally overwhelms the relationship, and the other much less massive star orbits around the outside. Know any humans like that? Yeah. And at the exact center of our Milky Way is a supermassive black hole with sycophant stars orbiting around, so gravitationally powerful is it.
Beyond that which is known to man, it is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.